afternoon, my darlings, and welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. We are here today. I know I was missing yesterday, but I had not forgotten about you guys. Welcome, welcome. I am Nupur. Some people call me Chef Nupur. Some people just call me Nupur. And I am the owner of Queen's Curry Kitchen right here in Queens, my little tiny kitchen in Queens where I make curry. Today I'm going to make a really simple dish which involves using, yes, you guessed it, an Instant Pot. So the dish that we're going to make today is a favorite with my family, and it consists of some very basic staple, pantry staples. You need peas. They could be frozen or fresh. You need some pasta. Any kind of pasta will do. You need tomatoes. And you need some basic spices. So I'm going to get the tempering going for that. There are a couple of processes that we're going to do. Instead of using our tomatoes, I'm actually going to turn this off. Instead of using our tomatoes whole, I am going to make a paste with fresh tomatoes, canned tomatoes, and some other fun things. Hello. Welcome to everybody that's tuning in. Welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. How is everybody doing today? Welcome Gwen, welcome Faye, hello. So I'm going to be combining, remember this can of diced tomatoes that I had? I still have a few in them that are left, and I'm going to use one whole plum tomato. I will use a little piece of ginger, which is right here, and I'm going to use 2 cloves of garlic. And I will use these cilantro stems that I have sitting in my fridge. So in case you don't know, cilantro stems are the most flavorful part of the cilantro. And so we never discount using those at whatever opportunity we can get, okay? So here we are. You don't have to be Indian to make this dish at home. And you don't have to be Italian to enjoy this dish at home. Okay, so with a few tweaks of herbs and aromatics, you can literally just make it your own, whatever your family enjoys. You can see I'm just roughly chopping the tomato and putting it in there. This whole knob of ginger is going to go in. I do have a pro tip of the day for you. If you are using ginger that is organic, you do not need to peel the ginger because it's free from pesticides or whatever. You only need to wash it really well or scrub it really well. That's all you need to do. And if you're using ginger that is not organic, then of course you need to wash it, scrub it, peel it, whatever you need to do. And then you can use it in your dishes. Okay, I'm just gonna peel this garlic. So that was my pro tip of the day. Okie doke. So I'm gonna peel this garlic. In goes the garlic. Just 2 cloves, not a lot. And if you don't have fresh garlic, you can use garlic powder. This dish will still taste pretty darn good. If you don't like cilantro, you can use parsley. If you don't have parsley, you can use curry leaves, basil, whatever kind of herb you have that your family likes, you can use that. So we actually typically serve this dish. It's a curry dish, and we serve it with hot rotis. But if you're going to serve this just by itself, then you may not want to keep it as runny as I'm going to make it. So you can make it a little bit thicker, and that's going to be fine too. So this is the 2nd clove of garlic going in. And here's my cilantro. That goes in. Okay. Now what I am going to do is I am going to add a little bit of salt into my blender. Just a little bit. And turmeric. And I'm going to add some paprika. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Just to get the party started. I will add some liquid. If you're using canned tomatoes, you don't need the help of too much water from the top of it because there is already some liquid in the can. And I'm going to use my hand blender, pardon the noise. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you can still make this thing in your on your stove using a saucepan or even a skillet, like a deep skillet. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Oh, it smells so good. It's got like the tomatoey tartness, and then it has the garlic. Oh my God, I think I should have put more garlic. Okay, so this is the tomato blend with the garlic and the ginger that I have going on. The oil is hot. I've put my Instant Pot on sear mode. So if you have the Instant Pot brand, which I don't have. I just have an Instant Pot, but it's not the brand Instant Pot. There is a mode called sear mode here, but if you have the Instant Pot brand, you will see that there will be a saute mode. So in goes the cumin seeds. Let me know if you're able to see this correctly. Also drop in the comments where you're watching me from. If any of my videos inspire you to cook home style meals at home, if any of my videos encourage you or give you new ideas of how to plan your menu, and if you're just trying to add more plant-based dishes into your repertoire, and if these videos help you, please save the video or share the video. Definitely follow this page and turn on the notifications so that you will get notified every time that I am going live. Okay, so the cumin seeds don't need a whole lot of time. We're just going to stir them in a couple of times. And you'll see the aroma will start coming from the hot oil as soon as the cumin hits it. And I call this really easy peasy because you don't have to have any like rocket scientist skills to pull this off. You're gonna go ahead and drop all of this in here. There are no onions in this dish, so you don't have to slave over caramelizing any onions or whatever. This is just good to go the way it is. Now, some people also like to add potatoes to this dish, and that's totally a matter of personal preference. As soon as you add the tomato and garlic blend, you see, hello Tim, how are you doing today? It's good to see you in here. As soon as you add the tomatoes, you will see the temperature of the oil drops. So it's going to take a few minutes to bring back up so that it'll be simmering. You can see some of the tomatoes have not broken down, and that's fine. We're going to go ahead and add some more salt so that as the tomato cooks, it's going to draw out the moisture sooner and it's going to start cooking up. Okay, let me also show you what else I'm going to be putting in here. I'm using a bag of, oh, you came from the hospital. Okay, how are you feeling? I'm using a bag of frozen peas and carrots mixed. I know, much to my husband's chagrin because he hates carrots, but I'm going to put it anyway because everybody needs the beta carotene, right? Let them complain. I still do what I got to do. Like, let them complain. Oh, hurt. Aw. Why, Tim? Don't be hurt. We need you. And then the pasta that I've chosen to use, I think this is a rigatone. This is what I'm using, and you can check out, it has grooves. So I have another pro tip of the day. If you are using any kind of pasta to make curries or any sauces that need to coat onto the pasta, use the pasta that has grooves because it helps to stick to these grooves actually take up a lot of the liquid and it sticks to the pasta better. So each bite of the pasta is actually going to be well seasoned. Also, we will be adding raw pasta to this dish, which means that there is no separate boiling of the pasta. This is a one pot dish. I'm going to grab my cilantro, my coriander seed powder, because that's one of the seasonings that I will put in here. So I'll be right back. So I do have to go to work in a matter of minutes, so I'm just trying to do this very, very quickly. Okay, the idea is that you have to cook out all of the moisture from this Instant Pot. Every little bit of moisture. So till this actually becomes almost like a dry paste that resembles the look of ketchup and the oil gets pulled out from the tomatoes, we are not going to stop sauteing it. We will add all of our spices and aromatics. This is the powdered coriander seed powder. Powdered coriander seed. My English is going crazy. Maybe I'm hungry. I don't know. Hangry. How did you get hangry instead of hungry? I used to get like that when I was a teenager. I didn't want to talk to anybody if I was hungry. I just wanted to be left alone, or either leave me alone or feed me. That was how I was. Okay, so I'm just going to saute this in. And you'll see as you add the spices, as you build the layers of flavor, you can really make this your own. If you want to add more spices, you can. If you want to add parsley and basil and thyme and wait, ain't nobody got time. This is New York, okay? But if you have time in your pantry or in your life, make this. Okay, so you can see this is bubbling away. Be very careful. This can actually burn you. So cover this briefly so that you don't get splattered. I am also going to add a little curry powder, and I purposely pulled out the McCormick one instead of the one from the Indian store, so that if you need to replicate this recipe at home, this is freaking available everywhere. Okay, so you cannot complain that you don't have curry powder. Get the damn curry powder that you get in Costco, BJ's. I think all of them carry this brand of curry powder. Even your local supermarket carries this. So I'm purposely not using anything that is from the Indian grocery store. This is an American brand. You can get it in the supermarket. So I'm really not one of those chefs who says, oh, you have to buy this and you have to buy that and only then can you make the food. Or you have to buy my spices, you have to buy my book and then you can cook. Hell to the no. That's like a personal trainer saying that, oh, you know, if you join my gym, you have to eat my supplements and drink my protein shake. Otherwise, you cannot lose the weight. Like, that is such baloney. I do not believe in that kind of thing. You can still enjoy a good meal that you create with your own hands, with whatever limited supplies you have. You can see this thing really like barely needs any ingredients. I mean, yeah, if you buy a masala box from Queen's Curry Kitchen, is it going to make it easier? Hell yeah, because you don't have to go several different places trying to scout out all the ingredients that you need. But if you have those ingredients, hey, don't get the masala box. Just do the cooking. Okay, so this is McCormick's curry powder that I'm going to use. Now, unlike the Caribbean treatment of curry powder where they say fry your curry powder in oil, I don't do that with Indian curry powder. That's not what it needs. And like you can see, hello Lauren, oh my god, hi Lauren, hi Karishma, welcome. This curry powder smells really good. I'm going to focus all the attention right here so you can see the oil droplets are coming to the top. Let me bring you in a little bit closer so that you can get a really good look at what's going on. You see how the oil droplets are floating to the top? This is the time when you constantly stir it and do not leave this unattended, okay? This is a good progress. So in any Indian curry that you're trying to build the flavor or you're trying to cook it out so that it's not raw, one big indication is that the oil will start to separate from the curry paste that you're cooking. And that means that your dish is ready for the next step, okay? If you have any questions about how to do this, just drop it in the comments below. If you joined in late and you missed the first part, I'm just going to do a quick recap of how I started. This is my Instant Pot. I added cumin seeds to some hot oil. And in a blender, I created a combination of canned tomatoes. You can use fresh or canned. I've used a little bit from here, and then I've used one fresh plum tomato, one little knob of ginger, and 2 cloves of garlic. I am cooking for 2 people. And then I used a handful of stems, cilantro stems, and I blitzed it in the blender. Added it to the hot oil, and I'm continuing to cook it. You can also see how the color has deepened. It's not that bright red color anymore. It's almost like a orangish, maroonish kind of a Indian curry color, okay? Now, if you're going to make this dish with potatoes, go right ahead. If you only want to do pasta with potatoes, that's fine. It's all carby. If you want to do pasta with peas like I'm going to do, you can do that. If you want to add all 3 things, you can do that. Some people also like to use shells in this because they have that little, you know, like a little shape that holds in all the sauce. Oh, of course, I am so happy to be here and share whatever I can. If this brings you joy, if this brings you any value, I consider it such a blessing that I'm able to do that. And I also appreciate that you guys decide to come and spend time in my kitchen. Listen, I'm just an empty nester who's pretty much alone all day long. But I appreciate it that y'all come and hang out with me. It's always like cooking with friends when I'm with you guys. So I do appreciate it. Now, if you're a fan of curry leaves or if you're a fan of fenugreek leaves, which is kasuri methi, you can totally add it at this point. This is a good curry base for any kind of dish that you want to do with your vegetables. If you want to put eggplant in it, if you want to put cauliflower, potatoes, whatever, this is a really good curry base. And because it doesn't have any onions, it really goes very, very fast, okay? So I'm going to constantly stir this. When I was traveling to India, when my father passed away, I went to India in 2019, and I actually bought another instant pot over there because we had to make food to feed I think 40 or 50 people who had taken my dad for cremation. So it's customary that you actually have to feed them food that family members make with their own hands. So I had actually ordered an instant pot in India as well, which plugs in with their 220 volts or whatever it is. And believe it or not, the inside liner was non-stick. Oh my god, what a game changer. I was able to cook an entire pot full of chickpea curry with just maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. It was so good. So that's my only regret, that this is not non-stick. I might look around and see if I can find one. So this is super duper aromatic right now. And if I leave it alone for a second, I'll be able to see that the oil is separating. If you're not able to see it, let me know in the comments and I will pull it up closer to the camera so that you can get a good look at what it looks like. I'm cooking with light olive oil, but you can cook with anything at all that flatters your fancy. You can do this with coconut oil, especially if you're doing the recipe with curry leaves. Start with coconut oil. It's really going to take your recipes over the top. Also, coconut oil is supposed to be really, really good for brain health. So if you have senior citizens at home, if you have kids at home, give them at least 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in their food, or start cooking at least one meal in coconut oil. It really helps to slow down the brain damage in old age, and also prevents the deterioration in cases like Alzheimer's and whatnot. Okay, hello Shimona, hello Sharmishta, welcome to Queen's Curry Kitchen. We are making a pasta and matar ki sabzi. So in Sindhi it's called matar. My mother-in-law calls it macaroni because she doesn't say macaroni, but any kind of pasta is just called macaroni. So it's called matar macaroni ji bhaji, but I like to call it pasta matar. So I'm going to put in a hand. This is raw pasta, by the way, right? So we were just talking about having grooves on the pasta so that it'll suck up your sauce and hold on to it really, really well. It's going to be raw pasta, so we will need to add in a few minutes of just roasting it and toasting it in this curry. Okay, so it's just, this is the process called bhunna, and you literally have to bhuno your pasta. Bhunna means on high heat, you're just going to constantly stir it. You're not trying to cook it, but you're trying to sear it so that all the flavors on the high heat are going to get married to each other. If this was an animal protein, we would be doing the same thing. If this was a sturdy vegetable like potatoes or whatever, we'd be doing the same thing. So what this does is it gives it that instant acceptance, you know, like how college acceptance letters are going to come now. Hi Sarla, good afternoon, welcome to Queen's Curry Kitchen. We are making pasta and matar ki sabzi. Now you can see when we first started, the color of this thing was so red. It was as red as the tomatoes in here, right? But look at this color now. It's like almost maroon. It's like a really, really deep, it's a very deep red, and you can tell that the spices are really ready to move on to the next step. It's going to smell freaking incredible, especially because we put the cilantro stems. If you just joined the live, then please take a moment and go back and watch the replay. It's the simplest thing. If I wasn't talking to you, I'd probably be well on my way to getting out of here and going to work, because this is pretty much done. That's all I need to do. I don't need to babysit this food. The last thing that I'm going to add is my frozen peas and carrot combo. If you only have peas, that's even better. I don't have just peas, but my motto in life is cook with what you got, right? And I try to encourage you to do the same thing. So my husband is going to hate the carrots, but you know what? He could use some carrots in his life. What the hell? Okay, so just give it a final stir. Now, as soon as the frozen vegetables go in there, it's going to release some moisture, which is good because it will help you to deglaze the pan a little bit. I'm doing it in an Instant Pot, but you certainly don't have to do it in an Instant Pot. Tim is saying, I can't wait to eat again. Yes, and I promise you, when you're ready to eat, let me know. I will comp your food. I will bring you free food because you're so special, and we want you to be healthy and happy. And if this food is going to bring a smile on your face, it's totally worth it for me to take the trip and drop it off to you. Okay, so I'm gonna constantly stir this just a little bit. Hello, Bishan. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. It smells absolutely incredible. I'm not saying it because I'm making it, but by now you can really smell the curry powder coming together. You can smell the coriander seed powder. All of that is smelling incredible. I am going to drop all my water in here and rinse this out. We waste nothing in this house, right? So just give it a, and I think there is some remnants in this as well. So we are going to not waste any of that either. Boom. Okay, now if you were going to eat this right away, then you will close the Instant Pot and you will also set the timer. If you are going to eat it, maybe like for me, I'm going to eat it at night, right? So if I make it now, what's going to happen is all the water is going to go into the pasta and it's going to become glop. So I will not pressure cook this yet. I will come home from work, and by the time we change and take a shower and get ready to come downstairs, or by the time I make the hot rotis, I will put this on a, maybe like a 4 minute pressure cooking, and that's going to be it. It's probably going to take about 4 minutes, again depending on the quantity that you're making and also depending on the brand of Instant Pot that you have. So you don't even need to add the water. If you're not going to eat it immediately, you can leave it at this roasted, toasted, bhuna stage, and you can go wherever you need to go. When you come back, you can put the water in it and you can pressure cook it after adjusting the seasoning that you need to add in. On the other hand, if you're going to serve this right away, then you're going to add all the water that you need. Remember, you need to have enough water so that your curry will be liquid, but you also need to give enough water for the pasta to cook. Okay, I've also done instant one pot pasta in the Instant Pot, where I put the raw pasta and pasta sauce and a little bit of water and vegetables, and I cook it for 2 minutes, and it gives me perfect pasta every time. So I can't remember the last time I made pasta on a stovetop. Hello, Amita. Welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. Okay, so this is how much water I have, and if you are going to eat it right away, I would say don't just cover the pasta, put a little bit above that. So I'm gonna go and get a little more water. I'm still on the searing mode, which is a default position for about 30 minutes, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and cover the pasta and just a little bit more than cover it. That's all the liquid I need. You don't need as much pasta, you need as much water as you need to actually boil pasta, because the steam helps the pasta to cook fast. And it's also a very soft, almost buttery, like a creamy texture that the pasta gets, okay? I'm gonna turn this off, but if I were to eat it right now, what I would do as the next step would be, I would check the seasoning in this. It does need some salt. If you're making this solely with canned tomatoes that you have blitzed in the blender with the garlic and the ginger, you do want to add a pinch of sugar, only because it helps to balance out the tart acidity of the tomatoes. Okay, so I will add a little bit of the sugar, like just a little bit, literally that much. And I'm cooking for 2 people. Now, if you're cooking this for a party and you want to serve this as a soup, don't even add the peas, just add a can of beans and add some taco seasoning. So just make it your own, but this is a really good base that you can develop where you can build all of your curries off of this. Oh, also, if you don't eat pasta, if you eat rice, just measure exactly how many cups of rice you're making and then put 1.5 times the water in here along with this gravy base that we just created with the tomatoes and the ginger and the garlic, and you will have some really delicious pulao. So I gave you a couple of hacks and variations based on what we just created. Okay, so this is going to get covered. Make sure you are on sealing mode. If you want to see more Instapot recipes of how to cook food in one pot, how to do pot in pot for Instapot, and how I use my Instapot for everything from desserts to cakes to international dishes and soups and wontons, definitely drop a comment below. I'm happy to do an Instapot series, even though a lot of us don't own Instapots. Okay, so this is nice and sealed. It's on sealing mode. I am going to hit the manual button and pressure cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so even if you have big chunks of potato, you can still do 3 to 4 minutes is absolutely okay. So Tim says because of me he has 2 instant pots. Maybe I should set up an affiliate link and start getting commissions on all the people who bought instant pots because of me. But you have to agree, it is a lifesaver, it is a time saver, especially if you're a busy mom, if you're a busy person, if you're on the go all the time. It's really great. You can go to sleep and program your breakfast in the Instapot. When you eat the breakfast, you can program your dinner and then go and do whatever you gotta do. And there is a feature called delayed start, so you can make yogurt in this, you can make rice in it. I make all kinds of things in this. I even make kheer and all kinds of things. For those people who do not have an instant pot but have a regular pressure cooker, just follow the same steps. Saute everything in the pressure cooker itself and then pressure cook the pasta. Put raw pasta, don't put boiled pasta. It does not taste the same. When the raw pasta takes on all the flavors from the tomato, from the garlic, from the ginger, and from the curry powder, from the cilantro stems, I'm not kidding, it's the best pasta dish ever, right? And if you have picky eaters at home who don't like the floatiness of this, and they don't like the fact that, you know, why is it not looking like pasta and why does it look like a sabzi, just skim all the pasta, put it in a dish for them, and just serve it to them without even telling them anything about the gravy, right? But it'll still be a very, very flavorful pasta. You can top it with some cheese and melt the cheese on top. So you basically don't have to create multiple meals for multiple people in your home. Everybody can eat from the same thing. Also, I've tried this recipe with gluten-free pasta, like this one. I've tried this recipe with gluten-free pasta, like red lentil pasta or banza. It does have a little bit of a bite to it, like really a smooth mouthfeel. So I think cooking pasta in the Instapot really changes it, especially if you're doing one of those gluten-free pastas. Okay, so with that, that's how we make it. I will try to put pictures of everything once it's done, and I'm going to take it out. So this is going to pressure cook for 4 minutes. We are going to let it release the natural pressure on its own. We will not release any pressure. It's called, if you read any Instapot books, it's probably called NPR, which is natural pressure release. So you must be wondering, what is this abbreviation? NPR means natural pressure release. QR means quick. QPR or QR means quick release. So when you're trying to release the steam, you're actually doing it yourself. NPR means it's just popping in naturally. And this little silver disc is going to go inside, which means that the pressure has dropped, and then you can open it. And as long as this disc is up here, it means that it's still under pressure and it's still cooking. Okay, so that's how we do our 1-pot pasta and pea curry in the Instant Pot. I've used coriander seed powder and I've used curry powder from McCormick, from Costco. So it's not something that you can't get your hands on. Do take the time to explore the ethnic food section in your supermarket aisle. You'll be surprised how many things we have available to us right now. Okay, so Tim says he needs a high protein, low carb, no sugar recipes. Okay, you got it. You know what? I'm going to do some quinoa recipes. I will show you how to do quinoa burgers with black beans. I will show you how to do well, send me a list of what all you can eat, and I will tell you what all we can create with those. Okay, and we'll keep it international. Of course, India is on the map when it comes to my cooking, but I'll give you a lot of ideas that you can do where. And I also am gluten free. I don't do any sugar when I use things like this. They do have some sugars, like this has 3 grams of sugar plus, because when you use a can, you also add a little bit of sugar to balance out the acidity. But other than that, I've literally cut out wheat, and that was the best thing that I did in my life, to not eat wheat. So this pasta dish, I'm not going to eat because this is wheat pasta. If I had put the red lentil pasta, I would have eaten this. Okay, so looks like my husband is going to have a good dinner today, but I don't think he'll be happy about the carrots. You can't win everything. All right, you know. Yes, that's right. Oh, so it happened already. Okay, so you had the surgery already. Okay, Tim, I will pray for you. I hope you feel really well, better, and you feel it takes a while, because my sister had the same surgery a few years ago. But yes, it will take a while for you to get back to, you know, even eating on a normal diet or normal food. But yes, you are going to need a lot of proteins. And one tip that I'm going to give you, because you had the bariatric bypass, please take your vitamins and supplements. Do not be neglectful of things like that. And also rest a lot if you've had a bariatric bypass, these are the things that my sister totally ignored, and today she's really struggling with like a herniated belly growth that is really restricting her movement, and that was all because she had so much loose skin. They goofed up in the surgery, so she had some complications. We're not going to go there, but please take all your vitamins, please take all the supplements that your doctors are telling you to take. Like, stick by it. Just keep doing what they tell you to do, and just remember that tomorrow will be better than today. So if you feel like shit right now, I know we all feel like that after surgery, tomorrow will be a little bit better, then maybe the day after that is a little bit better. So just, you know, one step in front of the other. We will all pray for you, Tim. You are a sweetheart, and we want you to feel better, and we want you to keep coming back to all these live videos that I do. So we all are very selfish. We want you to be on these live videos, so that's why we'll pray for you. How about that? Hello, Patty. How are you today? Welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. We just finished making our pasta with peas. This was an Indian curry that we did in an Instant Pot, and I would appreciate it if you can go back and catch the replay. For all the people that live in New York, I do have a meal delivery service that is plant-based. We bring home-style Indian food to flavor-loving New Yorkers, and you'll be surprised to know about, of course you want my food again. For that, you have to work hard, and you have to listen to all your doctor's orders, follow all the instructions, and very soon you will be eating my food again. Okay, Tim? I promise you. Okay, so take good care of yourself because you're very special. Do not neglect your needs. When you feel tired, rest. When you feel thirsty, drink water. Take it slow, take it easy, and you are going to be fine in no time. Okay, I'm going to keep doing these lives so that I'll keep encouraging you to come join us, get a little break from not having to think about food. You'll probably see the food, and then you'll be like, oh, I want to get better because I want to eat that food. Okay, so I hope it's going to encourage you to take great care of yourself. With that, I'm going to sign off. If you know anybody who is suffering from COVID that lives in New York or in Queens or is financially struggling to put food on the table, please, please, please share my information with them. There is free food for COVID families, and it's only possible because of people like you. I cannot thank you enough. I know I say this all the time in every video of mine, but all of you people who pay for the masalas, who are going on the website and ordering any of the spices that are there, anybody who's ordering the books or downloading the ebooks. There's a ton of new ebooks that are out there. There's a book on Indian street foods. There is a book on the Indian breads, rice recipes, restaurant curry secrets. All these ebooks are there. They're instant downloads, and I know that after every live I always see somebody purchase something. So thank you so much for your love and support, and thank you for choosing to spend your dollars with the Queen's Curry Kitchen. It is only because of your patronage that I'm able to continue to do this work in the community since 2020, where I'm bringing free food to COVID families and families that are financially struggling. So I don't ask for donations, but if you support this business, a part of your paid dollars definitely help me to keep it going. So thank you so much again for joining me. Also, I'm thinking of doing a couple of pop-ups. So I don't know how many of you are actually tuning in from New York. If you are, if you feel like you would want to show up for one of my pop-up events, please drop it in the comments below. I am in New York, but most likely the pop-up will either be in Queens or it will be in Manhattan, depending on accessibility and depending on how many people we think are potentially interested. It will be home style Indian food, and I will probably serve it buffet style. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about a pop-up. Not yet, but perhaps in the spring. So we're going to start planning that now. I am planning some soup workshops which are going to be on Zoom. So if you want to get into one of those, so I always invite feedback. If you have tasted our food, tried one of our products and loved it, please take the time to drop a review for the Queen's Curry Kitchen on Facebook, on Google. You can find us everywhere, on TikTok, on Instagram. The name across the board is the same, Queen's Curry Kitchen. So with that, I am going to say goodbye because I do have to head to work. My restaurant is calling me. Yeah, so I do have to go to work, but I will see you soon in another video. All of you guys, be safe out there. Stay warm. I think there is another snowstorm coming tomorrow, but we'll see how that goes. If I don't go to work, then that just means we'll do a couple of lives back to back and we'll be cooking up a storm. And if we're in a blizzard, that's what I'll do. If we're not in a blizzard, then I guess I'm gonna have to go to work. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining me today. Tim, Patty, Yegi, Sonal. Oh, Sonal, I didn't even see your name. It just scrolled up. Hello. Hi, Sonal. Amita, thank you. Sarla, thank you. Bishan, thank you. Suman, thank you. Shormishta, and thank you, Karishma. I think Lauren was one of the first ones to join in. Lauren, Faye, and Gwen, thank you. All I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Be blissful and flavorful. Keep smiling and keep cooking some kind of homemade food. Give yourself that self-love and eat with your hands to give yourself the best kiss ever. So I will see you in another video. Until then, be blissful and flavorful. Namaste, goodbye, and God bless. Have a great day. And Tim, don't do anything crazy. Feel better, okay? Bye.